Okay, welcome back. This is a review. It's not a review of the kit, it's a first impressions, I suppose, because you can't review a kit until you build it, really. So I'm not going to discuss what it's like to build, because I'm not going to build it. It's just how my impressions of it when you get all the bits out of the box, and I'll do some detailed pictures of all the parts. Now, I'll put those at the end of the video as still photographs, and I'll take those with a different camera so you can actually see all the parts that I consider worth taking a close-up photograph of, because so you can see the detail in them or lack of or whatever. And I'll also do the same for the instruction book, so you can see each page as well, so you'll know exactly what you're going to get when you buy one of these things. So obviously I'm going to build it as well, so when I've done this review I'll start building the kit, and I'll do a build of this as well. So let's get the lid off. So tips, I'll put it together again. Now I'll take all the stuff out of the bags, but this is what you get. You get 1, 2, 3 bags of sprues. I'll put the box over there. I'm going to put these over there for a minute. Then you get the instructions. I like Airfix instructions, they're very good now. I'll go through those in a bit. And then you get your colour schemes. You only get 2 colour schemes in this. This is the one for, it's an English aircraft. It gives you the dates and stuff. I don't think a lot of people are going to build that one, because, well, maybe they will, I don't know. They might build both of them, I don't know. But it doesn't have much, it's a bit bland, isn't it? I think it's a bit dull, because it doesn't have a right lot of, there's very little deckling on it. There's not a lot of decals on any of them really, but it doesn't even have them on the top of the wing. But it's okay. I mean, I like the black one side and white on the other. But I guess I'm going to guess this is the one that most people will build, because it's got a little bit more to it really. It's got the bombs on it, and the colours are more interesting. It has got more decals. So I think that's probably the one I will build. These are instructions, obviously, and these are the decals you get with it, which I've got to say I breathe a sigh of relief now, because a lot of kits now, I mean, Airfix ones are just as bad for it. They've got so many decals, it takes you a day to put them on. This won't take anything like a day to put these on, which is great. So I don't like doing decals, but I guarantee, I'm very, very confident that those decals will be fantastic, because Airfix decals are good. So there we go. Right, instructions. I'll go on to that in a bit. Let's go through each bag. I'll be back in a minute when I've taken all the stuff out of the bags. Okay, this is the first bag I've opened. It's got two sets of plastic in it, 2 sets of sprues in it. And this is sprue C, which is the first one you'd need to go for if you're going to build it following the instructions, which is mainly the cockpit. So you've got the fuel tank, all the structure for the inside of the fuselage. There's quite a lot of it. It's quite. I was quite surprised how detailed it is. And as much as I don't like over-detailed models, if you can't see them, when I've gone through this kit, I've gone through the instructions, I would build this just because it's interesting to do. Even if you can't see it, I'd be quite happy to build it, and I will. I'll build it as detailed as I possibly can, because it's just really nice. I'm really impressed with it. So you've got the fuel tank components here and stuff, and then, as I say, the bottom of the fuselage and stuff, and these are the wing struts. I'll put detailed pictures up at the end so you can see them in detail. But yeah, I'm impressed with that. So that's sprue C, and in that bag you get sprue D as well. Now this is going to be very appealing to lots of people that like pilots, because or crew and things, because they've gone to town on the pilots this time, which is good. They've got separate arms. You've got a pilot and a gunner at the back, or a navigator, or whatever he is, and you've got that's the pilot's head there. You can see it. I'll put a picture up of that as well. So yeah, if you like pilots and crew in models, you've cracked it with this one. I don't know where the head for the other guy is. It must be there somewhere. We've got your propeller spinner, usual stuff, and the guns look quite good as well. I'm again put a picture up of those. They're nicely moulded. They're not naff at all. I'm really impressed with those. So I was thinking I might have to do something with the guns to make them better, but I don't think I will. I'm quite happy with those. So yeah, so far so good. Everything's on the sprue, nothing's fallen off or rattled around or anything. So yeah, I'm so far so good. I'm impressed with that. Next bag. Okay, this is sprue A, which is obviously the fuselage. I'm just studying the detail on this, and I've got to say I'm very impressed with this as well, because some of the Airfix kits, the texture on the plastic's a bit naff, and in this it isn't. It's done really, really nicely. It's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Even the paddle lines aren't overdone, and the texture on the actual mouldings are lovely. I can't complain about anything to do with this. And when you look at the tail, you know, this is the tail plane halves, if you like. I mean, you can see light through them. So I think when they're joined together, they should give a reasonably scale appearance as well. Because I always criticise Airfix kits for being too thick on trailing edges and things like that. This one's fine. There's nothing wrong with it at all. So they've definitely upped the game on this one. Lovely, very nice indeed. Again, pictures to follow on that one. And on the same bag, you get another sprue, which is for the wings. The wings are quite simple. This factory's most of the model is, when you look at it, first of all, it's quite complicated, but the wings aren't. So that's on sprue B. Again, texture on those is fine. Nice bit of ribbon on there. Panel lines are fine. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But yeah, very happy with that. So on to next sprue. Oh no, we're not. The last sprue in the box. Clear parts. Look at all those. There's more of them because I think you've got to have two different versions, one for the closed option and one for the open option. That's what I glanced at. So you've got different side panels for different orientations, if you like. But there's a lot of clear parts in this kit, so it's going to be a bit of a... I don't think there are any masking kits available for this yet, which would be nice if there was. So I think that's going to be one of the most challenging parts of the build, actually getting these right, because they'll look rubbish if you don't mask them properly. But I might actually hang fire and see if I can get hold of a masking kit. Just making your own's okay, but they're quite small, some of these. So, but yeah, very nice. The clarity, I would say, is not bad. It's not perfect, but it's certainly good enough for this. The front windscreen's got a little bit of distortion in it, but I'm happy with that. It's fine, isn't it? And yeah, that's the clear parts. Next bag. Okay, this is the last sprue. This is sprue E. This is for the engine and for the wheel spats. There's different spat orientations for... I'm going to be wrong on this. Yes, there's different spats because one of them's got covered spats and one of them's got open ones, so you can see the wheels and stuff. And you've got different wheels accordingly. And then you've got the engine components. And the engine looks alright. I don't know if you can see it when it's built. I don't know if you can take the covers off or not, but I probably wouldn't anyway. Well, I think I'd leave the covers on. But you can certainly see it from the front, which is perfectly adequate. But yeah, nice little mouldings on those. You could elaborate them a little bit if you wanted to, I suppose. Can't complain about anything on there. Nothing wrong with those at all. Nothing wrong with those. No flash, no poor surface finish or anything. It's very, very good. So yeah, there's the sprues. As I say, I'll put the pictures up at the end. I might have done it as I'm going. But I'll probably put the pictures up at the end with the instructions as well. So what's my impressions of the kit? At the moment, I've got to say I'm quietly impressed. I'm not even quietly impressed, I'm very impressed. If it goes together right, that's the thing, you don't know until you build it, do you? This is the instruction manual. You start off with the fuel tank, and then you build the fuel tank onto the bottom spine of the fuselage and go from there. You end up with this kind of internal framework. Again, I'll put pictures up of this. You end up with all this framework stuff, so all the seats, blah 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 blah. So you can go to town just doing this part, and I think that will be a very rewarding thing to make. There's quite a lot of it before you can get anywhere near the fuselage sides. You get a decal for the instrument panel, which is good. I think that's perfectly adequate. I'm not quite sure how it's going to go on there yet, but we'll have to see how that goes. And then, so you don't get to join the fuselage halves till you get to step 33, which is quite well into the build. After that, it's just usual tailplane, blah blah blah, spats, stuff. What I've noticed is the wings are completely independent of the rest of the airplane. So you build all of it, and then you get to the wings. And then the wings just plug into these stubby little pieces on the sides, and then you've got the struts that hold it in place. How difficult that's going to be, I don't know. And you would paint it accordingly. You would paint the wings separately to the rest of the aircraft. So you could paint the wings completely independent, which would be nice. It'd be a nice way to do that. It'll be much easier to mask and paint it and everything. I'm assuming you can do this. I'm just, when I've glanced over the instructions, that seems to be how it goes. The engine itself's like a page and a half. I think it could be quite a fun little engine to build. That I quite like that. And then you've got obviously the bombs. Yeah, the bombs are the only ones where I can find the sprue. Just quickly. The actual circular fins on the bombs are a little bit. Where have they gone? Yeah, the circular bombs on that. They've got to be here somewhere. Where have they gone? Oh, they're there. Yeah, these circular tail fins on the bombs, they're far too thick. If I was going to fit those on there, well, you could thin them down actually. You could make them look thinner than that. But that's the only bit I can find that's to slightly criticise really. Other than that, I'm well impressed. Looking forward to having a go at this one. But, yeah, that's it. Nothing much to it really. Well, there's a lot to it, but the clear parts, so they're going to be the hard bit. I think they're going to be a nightmare because there's lots and lots of it. This is the orientations, and it tells you in the scheme A and open and D closed, blah blah blah. So I think you have to pay a lot of attention when you're building it to be careful with these canopies, because there's lots of them, and masking them is going to be quite tricky. So I really hope that somebody brings out a mask set quite soon. Well, without the mask set, it's going to be quite a time-consuming job to mask all that little lot off. So there we go. So what I'll do now, I'll go away and I'll take some pictures of everything, and I'll throw them up at the end, and I'll put them in chapters. So I'll do a picture of the actual instruction book if I can, and we'll go from there. So there we go. Thanks for watching.